For me, I think the biggest thing that football taught me was how to overcome adversity.
At some point in your life, you're going to have some tough times.
You have to have that next play mentality.
That cohesiveness and that working together, that's really something special that you can't get in a lot of other areas.
When you practice that and you live that in other phases of your life, it becomes second nature because all you know how to do is fight.
It's not an easy game. If it were easy, everyone would do it.
You start to appreciate the smaller contributions that people make. You don't just look at the big one because you knew it took 6 or 7 other guys who are unsung.
And you can't take shortcuts and be successful.
Doing what they do to make it possible for the guy getting the press clippings or whatever it might be.
In this game, whether it's as a coach or a player.
So I would certainly say that you definitely got a very quick lesson in how to overcome adversity playing football.
Welcome to FootballGamePlan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you our preview of the 2016 Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl between the Army West Point Black Knights and the North Texas Mean Green. Now let's start this video off by taking a look at some keys to victory.
Starting with Army in this ball game, obviously they have to look back to what happened in this first matchup versus North Texas. They have to protect the football. 4 interceptions in the first matchup, 7 fumbles, 3 of those were lost. If they can protect the football, they can have a lot of success offensively, and they have to continue to play great run defense. This has quietly been one of the best run defenses in college football coming from the Army Black Knights. And if they can play run defense very well against North Texas, it's going to put this offense in terrible situations. And strong safety Xavier Moss being the last line of defense, I saw him live versus Navy. He did an excellent job versus the run and also playing the pass back deep. If he can have the same type of output versus North Texas, then Army can play winning defense. And for North Texas in this ball game, I think their passing game has to just be efficient. They don't have to be going deep down the field trying to be explosive. That's not their game anyway. But if they can be efficient throwing the football, it's going to give this defense a ton of problems. And just do your job defensively. That's how you defeat the option attack. If you have the dive guy, take the dive guy. If you have the pitch, take the pitch. If you have the quarterback, take the quarterback. Don't try to be a hero, and you can have some success versus the option that did a solid job in that first meeting. And he can't waste possessions offensively. No turnovers. Every possession has to come away with points, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown. That's how you replicate the success you had earlier in the season versus Army. The biggest X factor in this game for Army will be how well they can create opportunities in their passing game. Versus Navy, I thought Ahmad Bradshaw threw the ball very well, moved the offense downfield when he had to create opportunities throwing the football. Again, they're an option football team. They're going to run the football more often than not. But when they do throw the football, they have to be efficient and effective, and Bradshaw was versus Navy. If he can do that versus North Texas, then they have a chance. And for North Texas in this ball game, obviously the biggest X factor will be their run defense. So a lot of emphasis will be put on their front seven. Can they remain assignment sound and gap sound versus this option attack? I thought they did a solid job in that first meeting. If they can do the same in this one, then even without the turnovers, they can win this ball game. Here's a few of the draft prospects you want to keep an eye on in this ballgame for Army. I look at 3 guys in particular, 2 on the defensive side of football. Andrew King is an outstanding linebacker, 5'11", 236. Xavier Moss, we talked about him in the preview early on, about his ability to play both back deep and also be effective versus the run. And Edgar Poe is an outstanding receiver. I think he may even be a better tight end at the next level. And North Texas only has 1 senior prospect, in my opinion, James Gray, at safety, but this is a young football team that has a ton of talent coming back for 2018. I like Army in this ball game. I came away very impressed with how well they played versus Navy. This defense was aggressive. They got Navy off the field, and offensively, they did what they had to do to win the ball game. They were able to show that they can pass the football. They were able to get into their 4-minute offense and close out the ball game versus the midshipmen, and their defense got the stop when needed. I think they'll learn from the first meeting versus North Texas, take care of the football, and ultimately take care of business.